If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.
Hey friend, quick note. I'm taking a summer break to rest, realign, and finish some exciting things behind the scenes. While I'm away, I'm sharing some of the most loved episodes. Look for power replays in your feed. Whether this is one of those episodes or this is a gem you found on your own from the archives, enjoy. Wishing you a joyful summer, and I will see you in October. This is a quick little fun storytime episode of how I found out I was pregnant. Welcome to the All About Pregnancy and Birth podcast. I'm Dr. Nicole Calloway Rankins, a board-certified OBGYN who's been in practice for nearly 15 years. I've had the privilege of helping over 1,000 babies into this world, and I'm here to help you be calm, confident, and empowered to have a beautiful pregnancy and birth. Quick note, this podcast is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for medical advice. Check out the full disclaimer at drnicolerankins.com/disclaimer. Now let's get to it. Hello there. Welcome to another episode of the podcast. Whether you are a new listener or a returning listener, I'm so grateful you're spending some of your time with me today. So in this short episode, I am going to share with you how I found out I was pregnant for both of my sweet girls. All right, so let's go ahead and just hop right in. So for our first, we tried to get pregnant for about 6 months. And I know that doesn't sound like a long time. And for people who have taken a lot longer to get pregnant, I know that sounds crazy. But for me, that 6 months really felt like forever, especially for someone who is like a high achiever, type A. I want things to happen when I want them to happen kind of thing. So 6 months and it was just driving me crazy. And then in addition to it taking longer than I had anticipated, I was also having a lot of pain. So prior to that, I had been on birth control pills for years. I don't know, maybe like 10 years at least. I mean, it had been a long time that I was on birth control pills. So I was not used to having painful periods or really any sort of pain at all. And I was having quite a bit of pain during the process of trying, and it was hard to pinpoint when it was happening, and it was just a lot. So I really thought that I might have endometriosis. So endometriosis is a condition where the lining of the uterus, instead of going out and being shed during the period, it goes backwards, we believe, through the fallopian tubes, and then it settles into the abdomen. And there's really no place for it to go. And it's still stimulated in the same way by hormones that the tissue inside the uterus is. So it goes through the cycle of building up and bleeding and causing that inside of the belly. And it can lead to a lot of pain. It can lead to scar tissue. It can lead to challenges getting pregnant. So I thought between me having the pain and then it taking 6 months, I thought I might have endometriosis. Well, we were about to schedule a surgery. I was about to schedule a surgery a diagnostic laparoscopy. A laparoscopy is a surgery where we look inside of your belly with small cameras and just see what we see. So diagnostic was just, let's just look in, see what we see if there's any endometriosis that needs to be cleaned up, that needs to be taken care of, that may be impacting your ability to get pregnant. And I know we generally say that, wait a year of infertility before you start getting concerned, but I felt like, I'm a little older, even though in hindsight, 32 is not old, but I felt older. So, and me, again, my type A is like, I just want to look and figure this out and know what's going on now. So we had told my family, we've been trying, it's not working out. I think I'm going to get a surgery and look and see what's going on and kind of go from there. Well, lo and behold, one day my period was late. And I was like, oh, great. Now it's going to start being irregular on top of everything else. Okay. So I really we had still been trying, but I just didn't really think, that I was probably pregnant. So I took a pregnancy test just to be thorough. And that joker popped up immediately positive. And I looked at it and I was like, huh? I legitimately, I was so confused because I was just like, am I really pregnant? It's been taking longer. I'm about to schedule this surgery. So I got up out the bathroom and walked out the bathroom with the pregnancy test in my hand and just stuck my hand out and showed it to my husband, look at this. And he was like, what? Huh? Are you pregnant? And so then I was like, yeah. We were just so confused. So yeah. And yes, even though I'm an OBGYN, still confused. So we immediately drove to the dollar store and I got 5 more tests. And yes, every single one of them was indeed positive. And that child is now about to turn 16. Okay. So story number 2. Fast forward about a year after that child was born, and we were trying to get pregnant with baby number 2. And I just thought it would take some time. So as I mentioned, it took about 6 months for us to get pregnant with our first. And when we tried for baby number 2, I was 2 years older. So I was 34, almost advanced maternal age. And by the time of the birth, I would be advanced maternal age. So I just assumed that it would probably take around the same amount of time or longer, right? That seems logical, even though I know logically every single time is different. Every single time it varies. But in my mind, it just seemed to make sense. I'm older. It's going to take longer because it took a while the first time. Pregnancy is such a big moment, and you deserve to feel confident in everything you're putting into your body, including your prenatal vitamin. But here's the thing a lot of people don't realize. Many prenatal vitamins haven't actually been tested in pregnant women. That's why I appreciate Ritual's Essential for Women Prenatal. It's the only leading prenatal backed by a human clinical trial, and that really sets it apart. My work as an OBGYN is founded on the importance of high-quality, evidence-based support during pregnancy. Ritual's formula is thoughtfully designed with key nutrients like folate, biotin, and vitamin D, using traceable ingredients that are tested and easy on the stomach. If you're looking for a prenatal that's backed by science and built with care, this is it. Don't settle for less than evidence-based support. Get 25% off your first month at ritual.com/Dr. Nicole. Start Ritual or add Essential Prenatal to your subscription today. That's ritual.com/Dr. Nicole for 25% off. Well, of course, after just 1 month of trying, 1 month, I was sitting at my desk at work, eating lunch, texting with my husband. And I said, you know what? My period is pretty late. I wonder what's going on. Again, no clue, no thought, no concept, despite the fact that I am a whole entire OBGYN. Okay. And I knew that we were trying to have a baby. it did not occur to me at all, I am not joking, that I could possibly be pregnant and that I should take a pregnancy test. Like, the thought did not cross my mind even a little bit. So my husband texted me back and he said, aren't you an OBGYN? Go take a pregnancy test, genius. And I was like, oh, yes, I am an OBGYN. Yes, that does make sense. Yes, that is late. Yes, I should take a pregnancy test. So I went and grabbed one of the ones in the office, the benefits of being an OBGYN. And yes, of course, that thing lit up like a Christmas tree as positive, and that child is now about to turn 14. Okay, so just a couple more comments about pregnancy tests in general. Urine pregnancy test can pick up extremely low levels of the pregnancy hormone, as low as 20 to 50. So you might get a positive test result from an at-home test as early as 10 days after conception, okay? As early as 10 days after conception is going to be 3 or 4 days before your missed period. So you may get a positive test pretty early, depending on the sensitivity of the test. Now, if you are really anxious and want to know, test in the morning. Urine tends to be more concentrated in the morning, so it's going to have a more concentrated level of the HCG hormones. And also, those dollar store pregnancy tests work just fine. They work perfectly fine. You don't need to pay a ton of money for a pregnancy test. The more expensive ones may pick up lower levels of HCG. I think there are some that even pick up levels as low as 10. I mean, you are barely pregnant with a level of 10, but those dollar store tests work just fine. Don't feel like you have to spend tons and tons of money on pregnancy tests because they all pick up very low levels of HCG. If one doesn't work one day, it'll work in a day or two because the levels rise pretty quickly. Okay, is there anyone else who was surprised to find out when they were pregnant? Shoot me a DM on Instagram at Dr. Nicole Rankins, let me know, or shoot me an email through my website and let me know your story of finding out that you were pregnant. All right, so there you have it. Do me a solid, share this podcast with a friend. Also, leave me a 5-star review in Apple Podcast if you enjoy the podcast. It helps the show to grow, helps other women to find the show, and I love to hear what you think about the show. And do check me out on Instagram. We can connect outside of the podcast there. I am at Dr. Nicole Rankins. And again, I would love to hear your stories of how you found out you were pregnant too. So that is it for this episode. Do come on back next week and remember that you deserve a beautiful pregnancy and birth.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/zip. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/zip. That's ZipRecruiter.com/zip. ZipRecruiter.com/zip.